Hello and welcome. I'm a hotel AI expert, and I am so pleased to welcome all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School, to your online learning journey. Today, we're diving into a topic that, honestly, separates the good hotels from the great ones: return on investment. This is the key to transforming your marketing from just another expense into a true profit-making machine.
So let's start with a question, and I want you to be honest with yourself. Is your marketing a clear-cut strategy, or does it sometimes feel, well, a bit like guesswork? You can have the most beautiful, creative campaign in the world, but if you can't measure its financial impact, it's really just a shot in the dark. Today, we're going to turn on the lights.
Okay, let's get right into it. First things first, we need to establish why. Understanding return on investment isn't just a nice little skill to have. Nope, it's the absolute foundation for success in the hotel world today.
Think about it. The hospitality market is unbelievably crowded. You're not just competing with the hotel down the street. You're competing for attention on a dozen different platforms online. And with high operational costs and really tight margins, you just can't afford to waste a single euro. Every marketing dollar has to have a job, and that job is to bring in revenue. ROI? Well, that's how you check its work.
And this right here, this is the big shift in thinking. ROI takes marketing out of this fuzzy creative experiment category and turns it into a hard-nosed, measurable part of the business. It gives you the cold, hard data you need to walk into your GM's office and justify your budget, proving that your work isn't an expense, it's a direct investment in the hotel's bottom line.
And you can see the ripple effect right here. When everyone, and I mean everyone, is focused on a shared number like ROI, those old walls between departments just start to crumble. Suddenly, marketing, revenue management, and finance are all speaking the same language. They stop working in their own little bubbles and start collaborating, which leads to much smarter, more powerful strategies for the entire hotel. So we've talked about the why. Now let's get down to brass tacks and look at the how. How do we actually go about calculating and measuring the return on our marketing investments?
You know, at its heart, ROI is a pretty simple idea. It's basically a report card for your investment. It's the solid bridge that connects something you did, like running an ad campaign, directly to a financial result, like actual bookings and real revenue.
And the calculation itself? It's really straightforward. Let's just walk through an example. Say you spend €1,000 on a digital ad campaign for weekend packages. You track everything, and you see it brought in €5,000 in direct bookings. Okay, great. You just take that revenue, subtract your €1,000 cost, and boom, your net return is €4,000. It's that simple. Well, in theory anyway. Because, of course, the real world is a lot messier. Guests hardly ever see one ad and book right away. Their path to your hotel is a journey, and if you want to measure ROI accurately, you have to understand that journey. And that's where we get into this idea of attribution. Just look at this typical guest journey. It's all over the place, right? They see a social media ad on Monday. Then on Wednesday, they read a review on a travel blog. Friday, they get an email from you. And then, a week later, they finally click a Google ad and make the booking. So who gets the credit? Was it the social ad that planted the idea, or the search ad that sealed the deal? The real answer is, all of them did. And this is exactly why we have to talk about different attribution models. The simple way, last click, gives 100% of the credit to that final search ad. It's easy to track, sure, but it completely ignores how the customer got there. The smarter way is using multi-touch models. These models are designed to spread the credit out across all the different touch points, giving you a much more accurate picture of what's really driving your business.
So now you've got this more accurate, more complete understanding of your marketing return. What do you do with it? Well, this is where ROI stops being just a report card and starts being a powerful tool for making big, strategic business decisions.
Okay, one of the biggest ways to use ROI is for optimizing your budget. Just look at this chart. By tracking the return from every single channel, a manager can make decisions based on data, not just feelings. Here, you can see search engine ads are killing it, so it makes perfect sense to put more money there. Social media and travel partnerships are doing pretty well too, but maybe those brand campaigns are lagging behind. Now you have the data to ask why, and you can either fix the strategy or move that money somewhere to work harder. You're moving from guesswork to intelligence.
But a really strategic approach has to look beyond just one single booking. We also need to think about something called customer lifetime value, or LTV. This number helps us understand a crucial fact: not all guests are created equal.
A guest who books direct and comes back every single year is way more valuable than a one-time guest who booked through an OTA that took a huge commission.
And this is where it gets really powerful. A loyal guest, maybe someone you brought in through a direct booking campaign, could be worth over 5,000 euros to your hotel over their lifetime. Wow. All of a sudden, that initial cost to get them in the door doesn't seem so high, does it? This is how you stop chasing short-term wins and start building a truly sustainable, profitable business.
And the good news is, modern technology makes all of this so much easier. Analytics platforms today give us the power to track performance in real time. You can see how a campaign is doing right now, this afternoon, not just at the end of the month. This lets you be incredibly agile. You can tweak and optimize your strategies on the fly to get the absolute best return possible.
All right, this brings us to our final and, I think, most important point. Because ROI isn't just a metric. It's not a formula you plug into a spreadsheet once a quarter. To really truly unlock its power, you have to bake it into your hotel's culture. It has to become the mindset for growth.
When you build a culture around ROI, amazing things start to happen. Decisions get made based on evidence, not just gut feelings. We've already seen how departments start working together. You create a space where it's okay to experiment because you can actually measure the results of those experiments. It all leads to accountability, and ultimately to real, sustainable growth.
And this table right here, it just lays it out perfectly. It's about shifting from a cost center mentality to a growth driver mentality. The old way of thinking was focused on just spending the budget and hoping for some visibility. The new ROI-driven way is focused on generating measurable revenue. The goal isn't just awareness, it's bookings and profitability. And decisions are made with data, not just intuition.
Now, I want to be really clear about something. This does not mean creativity doesn't matter anymore. Absolutely not. An ROI framework doesn't get in the way of creativity. It actually empowers it. It makes sure that your brilliant ideas, your amazing stories, and your beautiful marketing are all directly connected to what matters most, producing real, tangible business results.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. As you get ready to become the next leaders in this incredible industry, the question really isn't if you will use data, it's how. How are you going to use the power of metrics like ROI to make smarter decisions, to build stronger teams, and to truly create the future of hospitality? The tools are right here, in your hands.